Sometimes you suddenly have a brilliant idea, a massive plan to make things work. You go over the steps in your head, make a scheme, and decide to tell others about what you're about to do. But once you do that, things just stop working the way you wanted them to. It sounds entirely backwards. We're always taught to broadcast our ambitions, find people with similar mindsets and goals, and manifest our dreams. But the reason this doesn't usually end well is a scientific fact. When you tell people about your goals, they admire and motivate you, which gives your brain a fake sense of accomplishment. And eventually you just fail to do the actual thing. And that is exactly why your future plans are number one on the list of things you should keep absolutely to yourself. Think about the last time you had a massive breakthrough idea. Maybe it was a new creative project, a strict fitness routine, or a business plan. You got an instant rush of excitement, and what's the first thing we want to do when we're excited? We tell someone, we text a friend, we tell our family or talk about it online. When you do that, and they respond with, "Wow, that's amazing, you're going to do great," your brain receives a massive hit of dopamine. Social psychologists call this identity premature completion. Your brain literally confuses the praise of doing the thing with the actual work required to achieve it. You get a fake sense of satisfaction, the psychological pressure is released, and the next morning when it's time to actually sit down, grind and sweat, that raw desperate hunger that drives you forward is completely gone. You already got the reward without running the race. If you want to actually achieve something, build it in the dark. Let your success make the noise, not your mouth. This brings us to the second thing you should never broadcast to the world. Your deepest insecurities, past failures, and personal weaknesses. Now, before this video starts to sound like some of those Sigma male videos, we need to address something. There's a big difference between being a genuine human who connects with close friends and broadcasting your flaws to everyone around you. You do want to keep some of your personal details private, but that doesn't mean you have to be an awkward, boring person people can't have a normal conversation with, since he thinks everyone is trying to expose his weakness to abuse it. Think of it like a strategy. You would never hand an opponent your exact blueprint, showing them exactly where your defenses are weak and where you easily get overwhelmed. Yet, in casual conversations, we often overshare our self-doubt just to fill the silence or bond over trauma. When you constantly tell people what you're bad at, or what you're terrified of, two things happen. First, you subconsciously reinforce those flaws in your own mind, locking them into your identity. Second, you alter how other people perceive you. Even well-meaning friends will begin to view you through the lens of your weakness, treating you with low expectations or subtle pity. And the people who don't mean well, they now have a map of exactly where to strike if they ever want to undermine your confidence. Keep your battles internal until they are won. Analyze your flaws, fix them in private, but show the world a solid front. True strength isn't about pretending you're flawless, it's about knowing who deserves to see your vulnerabilities, and realizing that most people around you haven't earned that right. The third thing you must keep hidden is your kindness, your charity, your good deeds, and the silent ways to help other people. That sounds counterintuitive. Shouldn't we promote good behavior to inspire others? In theory, sure, but in reality, the moment you boast about a good deed, the nature of that deed completely changes. It stops being an act of genuine kindness and instantly transforms into a transaction for social status. We see it all over social media every single day. People filming themselves handing food to a homeless person, or staging a video where they do something nice for a stranger. The camera is framed perfectly, the emotional music is playing in the background, and the creator gets millions of views. But ask yourself, was it act about helping the person, or was it about buying public applause? When you do something good for someone and immediately feel the urge to tell your social circle, you're falling into the validation trap. You're telling your brain that the internal fulfillment of being a good person isn't enough. that you need outside validation to make it real. True character is built in the moments when absolutely no one is watching. Doing a massive favor for someone and keeping it completely to yourself creates a strange, powerful kind of inner confidence. It proves to you and you alone that your morals are real, not a performance for an audience. This directly leads to the fourth thing you should avoid talking about: the exact status of your finances, whether you're completely broke or building real wealth. Money is one of the most emotionally charged topics on earth, and talking about your exact financial situation changes the chemistry of your relationships almost instantly. If you're struggling financially and you're constantly broadcasting your debt, your lack of funds, or your financial stress, people will unconsciously start to look down on you or pull away, fearing that you might become a burden or ask them for a loan. On the flip side, if you start making good money and you begin bragging about your earnings, your investments, or the expensive things you're buying, you instantly paint a target on your back. The moment people know exactly how much money you have, they stop seeing you as just a friend or a person, and they start viewing you through the lens of your bank account. Well-meaning friends might develop a quiet hidden resentment, comparing their own struggles to your success. Others might expect you to always pick up the tab or cover for them because you can afford it. Even worse, you attract people who only value you for what you can provide rather than who you actually are. True financial freedom is silent. You don't need to prove your worth by flashing your income or complaining about your bills to random acquaintances. Let your stability bring your peace of mind in private, and keep the numbers between you, your bank, and your taxes. The fifth and final thing you should never tell anyone about is your past resentments, toxic grudges, and the drama of other people. We live in a culture that treats venting like a sport. When someone does us dirty, leaves us, or gossips about us, our immediate instinct is to go to someone else or tell them the entire story, recycling all the negative details to get them on our side. But constantly broadcasting your old grudges and speaking poorly of people who aren't in the room actually says way more about you than it does about them. When you spend your energy detailing how badly someone treated you in the past or sharing family drama with casual acquaintances, you project an aura of bitterness. People listening will subconsciously think, if he's talking this badly about them, what does he say about me when I'm not around? It signals that you haven't moved past the drama and you're stuck in the past, and that you lack the emotional maturity to handle conflict quietly. Furthermore, carrying these old narratives and replaying them to anyone who will listen keeps the wound wide open in your own head. It stops you from evolving. If a relationship is failed, if a friend betrayed you, or if someone did you wrong, learn the lesson, adjust your boundaries, and walk away in absolute silence. You don't need to launch a public relations campaign to ruin their reputation. Let your growth be a revenge, and keep your mouth shut about the people who are no longer relevant to your future. At the end of the day, privacy isn't about being sneaky or antisocial. It's about preserving your energy and protecting your momentum. When you broadcast your goals, you drain your motivation. When you broadcast your weakness, you compromise your position. When you broadcast your virtues, you cheapen your character. When you display your finances, you distort your relationships. And when you carry your grudges into the open, you slow down your own progress. The most dangerous version of you is the one they never see coming. The one who works in complete silence, fixes their flaws in private, and leaves the world wondering how they got so far ahead. Stop telling everyone your next move. Just make it. If you like this video, consider liking and leaving a comment. I'd be more than happy to read your comments. Bye for now.